A Maryland legend, a prolific goal scorer, and a national champion, Matt Rambo had one of the most decorated and impressive lacrosse careers in history. His strength and power, his ability to turn the corner and get topside, and his vision made him one of the hardest players to cover during his 4-year career. His iconic last name and funny personality made him the perfect fit for a college lacrosse superstar. And his ability to play his best when the stakes were highest elevated him to the top of the lacrosse world. Matt Rambo grew up in Philadelphia, playing lacrosse with his older brother Rich. Rich went on to play lacrosse at Hofstra and then Rutgers. Rambo attended Abington High School his freshman year. He was teammates with future All-American defenseman and UNC player Austin Pafani. The friendship they shared would later be brought up when the two met in the national championship game in 2016. Rambo burst onto the national scene after he scored 78 goals and added 24 assists during his freshman year. After his freshman year, he transferred to LaSalle College High School, where he played for the rest of his career. He was getting heavy attention from recruiters. Many thought he would follow his brother Rich to Hofstra, but Matt committed to Coach Tillman at Maryland, noting that he wanted to, quote, do his own thing and go to a big campus. By the time he was a junior, he claimed the #1 spot in the Inside Lacrosse ranking. Rambo went on to become the all-time leader in points in the state of Pennsylvania, finishing with 385 points. After his senior year, he participated in the Under Armour All-American game, where he scored a record-breaking 8 goals and was the MVP of the game. He was controversially ranked #2 in his class behind Jordan Evans of Syracuse. The ranking did create some backlash from fans wondering why Rambo wasn't in the top spot, especially after his incredible Under Armour performance. Rambo got to College Park and had an incredible debut, dropping 6 points against in-state opponent Mount St. Mary's. At the end of the season, he amassed 30 goals and 6 assists, good for second on the team in points. Maryland fell to Notre Dame in the semifinals during his freshman year. On October 22, 2014, Rambo was charged with first and second degree assault after an altercation with a student at a store in College Park. He was suspended from the team indefinitely, and many were wondering if he would have the chance to play a sophomore season. Ultimately, Rambo was granted a spot back on the team by Coach Tillman and played his sophomore year. After an impressive freshman year, Rambo continued his success, scoring 40 goals and 19 assists, being the first player to score 40 goals since Joe Walters in 2004. He eventually fell to Denver in the national championship game that year. Even after a 59-point season, Rambo was not an All-American or even an honorable mention. Junior year was when Rambo solidified himself as an elite player in the D1 lacrosse world. During his first 2 years, he was much more of a one-dimensional player and didn't look to pass as much. His junior year, however, he developed incredible vision and nearly doubled his assist numbers while scoring more goals, resulting in a 75-point season. What was most impressive, however, was Rambo's play during the postseason. He amassed 23 points in 4 games, with a game-winning assist in the semifinals and a dominant 6-point performance in the national championship. This clutch postseason run was one of the more impressive postseasons in recent memory. This would also be Rambo's first time on the All-American list, receiving second-team honors. Finally, it was Rambo's last year of playing college lacrosse. Maryland hadn't won a national championship in 42 years and lost 2 straight finals games. During the regular season, Rambo was absolutely dominant. He had an even better vision and developed his right-hand shooting ability. The highlight of the regular season came on April 29th, when Maryland squared off against in-state rival Johns Hopkins for the rivalry. Rambo had a dominant 7-point performance, but more importantly, Rambo became Maryland's all-time leading scorer. This cemented Rambo as one of the best players to ever come through Maryland. Maryland won the Big Ten tournament and was ready to make one last run in the postseason. After an 8-point performance against Bryan in the first round, Maryland would play one of the most anticipated quarterfinal games in recent memory, playing against the electric Albany team, with Tewaaraton candidate Connor Fields. Out of the gate, Rambo completely outplayed Albany, scoring a hat-trick in the first quarter alone and finishing with 8 points. Rambo was simply too powerful for Albany, and Maryland easily made it to championship weekend for the 4th straight year. Maryland played Denver in the semifinals, a team that beat them in the national championship a few years earlier. They escaped the semifinal game against Denver by a 1-goal margin, thanks to this beautiful shot from Connor Kelly. A day later, Rambo was taken 3rd overall in the 2017 MLL draft by the Charlotte Hounds. But Rambo was focused on a much bigger goal, holding a championship trophy. This was it, the last game the Maryland senior class would ever play. They were already the winningest class in Maryland history, and they got everything else possible, except a championship ring.
They preach to be the best. Today, finally, Maryland is the best.
They did it. They were the last one standing. After 42 years, Maryland returned at the top of the college lacrosse world once again. Rambo and the Seniors brought a trophy back to College Park. Just a few days after the national championship, the Tewaaraton ceremony was held in Washington, D.C., awarding the top men's and women's lacrosse players from the season. The award is similar to the Heisman in college football. Rambo is up against excellent players such as dominant faceoff specialist Trevor Baptiste and Division I point leader Connor Fields.
Capping a historic year for the University of Maryland, Matt Rambo.
On June 1st, 2017, Rambo finished off his college lacrosse career, winning the trophy and becoming the best player in college lacrosse. When thinking about ways to describe Rambo's career, the word complete comes to mind. Rambo won virtually every major award possible and won a national championship for his team. He rebounded after a setback that left many questioning whether he would perform the same way after. He had one of the most clutch tournament performances in history. One of the most impressive parts of his career was his development as a passer. Rambo went from having 6 assists as a freshman to 44 his senior year. He increased his point production every year and improved dramatically each season. His statistics are a testament to the evolution of his game and the way he made his team better. The most important part of Rambo's incredible legacy at Maryland was his loyalty and passion for the university. Rambo developed a close relationship with Coach John Tillman that was clearly on display throughout the tournament. It was abundantly clear that Rambo played for more than just himself. He played for his team and the players before him. Here are his final words from his Tewaaraton speech.
Playing it. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Terp Nation.
Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it stink. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it stink. I miss my cocoa butter kisses.